Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So usually in my videos I focus on the things to buy, to go for, that are worth investing in. But today I thought let's change things up a little bit and let's just think about the ways that we sabotage ourselves. I thought about all the ways that I used to sabotage my style, my wardrobe, and how I would basically lose and spend my money in just ways that weren't smart and that weren't working for me, and that made me end up with, a chaotic, overflowing wardrobe of items that did nothing for me. Ultimately, that just led me to being very unhappy and unsatisfied with my personal style and with my finances. And I also was just feeling very uncomfortable in my own skin most of the time. So during the past years, I basically managed to change those things up. I made many changes to my style and to my wardrobe and to the way that I shop for clothing. And yeah, therefore I came up with this list of like 5 things that I think are absolutely ruining our style and that are sabotaging our wardrobe and that also just hold us back from getting a functional, high quality, beautiful wardrobe full of items that we actually love. So before we get started, if you are new to this channel, if you actually happen to enjoy what I'm talking and babbling around here, please make sure to subscribe, hit that notification button, and also always feel free to leave me a comment down below if you have any suggestions, questions, or ideas. Every single subscriber or follower is very much appreciated, seen, and welcome here on this very small place in the internet. So let's get started. So to just get that out of the way, all of these mistakes that I will talk about now, I made myself. So I'm not dissing or bashing anyone here. If you are in that station of your life where you are still shopping like that, I do not judge you, I do not blame you. I made all of these mistakes myself. Some of these I still do from time to time because obviously we are all human and we are not perfect. This is really just to, give you food for thought and to also maybe even provide you with a couple of impulses and ideas that you may benefit from. So the first thing that I did wrong and that you might do wrong is that you only buy things because they are trendy. So of course, especially if we are a little younger, I'm 35 now, I used to be very much about trends, and I think many people are, especially younger people these days are, because fashion is very affordable. Fashion these days is very trendy, it is extremely fast, it changes all the time, and also we are heavily influenced by influencers, by celebrities, and by, internet or online media in general. Just a couple of years ago, basically, if you think like 10 years ago or something, the way I consumed media was very much different because there was no Instagram, there was no TikTok, there were rarely any influencers around. So buying things that are trendy is very easy and almost normal these days. But on the other hand, buying something just because it is trendy can be just one of the worst factors to make when buying a piece of clothing, because it may not suit you. The color might be wrong for you. It might be horrible quality that was made under horrible conditions, and yet you are buying it just because someone else has it, basically. The other thing that just comes with buying a trendy piece is this piece has a very short lifespan. So you will get bored with this piece very quickly, and you will feel wary about this piece very quickly, and therefore, even though this piece might have been cheap itself, it will still not provide you enough cost per wear to actually justify the price. Point 2 is quite similar to point 1, and that is you buy an item just because it's on sale. And that of course doesn't just go for, fast fashion, it also goes for, luxury. And this is a mistake that I also made many times, because especially when I was younger and I had a very limited budget, I of course was always drawn to, making a good deal. And I am still today. I love shopping on sale. I love saving a couple of bucks for a luxurious items. Who doesn't, right? But what I really learned is that many items that I got just because they were on sale actually did not work out for me. And that is because in those cases I strayed away from my wish list, from the list of pieces that I really wanted, from the list of pieces that I actually needed, and also from my actual size. For example, I got a pair of sandals that were just that half a size too small, but they were like 40% off, so I still got them because I thought, oh come on, it's still okay, I can get away with it. And even though I probably could have gotten away with it, I just felt uncomfortable. They were not comfortable to wear in, I just needed a little bit more space that was missing, and they just also didn't feel right. I just love to have a spacious sandal, you know? So I ended up selling them. Even though I didn't lose a lot of money, I still lost some money, and in the end I just could have gotten this exact same sandal for the full price, or maybe somewhere else for, let's say, 20% off, but in my actual size. And then in this case, I would have loved them. And therefore I always try to be extra cautious when it comes to items that are on sale. Point number 3 is such a big and important thing that I think way too many people do not consider, and also way too many influencers just don't have any idea about. You do not know anything about fabrics, you just go ahead and buy what you like, and you do not consider what fabric they are made of, or what material your clothing is made of, and how it will wash and keep up. And therefore you are buying clothing that may fall apart and look horrible after just quite a couple of washes. It's honestly just a shame that clothes are just produced that way, honestly. Therefore, we as consumers just have to be very aware of that. And I think we have to educate ourselves that if you are buying something that is made from polyester or acetate, or by a very poor quality cashmere, that these items will not hold up and they will not make you happy for a very long time, because they will start to pill, they will start to wrinkle, they will start to deform, you know, to lose their shape, and they will start to look horrible after a very short span of time. And this can also happen with luxury brands. So please make sure to educate yourself. I did make a video only about cashmere and wool qualities like half a year ago, and I'm planning to do more on that, but there are plenty of other videos here on the internet to educate yourself. And also, just because something is pricey, or just because a luxury influencer may be wearing something, it does not mean that the quality of this item is actually going to hold up well, and it doesn't mean that it is made in a high quality way. Point number 4 is you buy impulsively. That is probably the biggest mistake that I did, and that I still sometimes, you know, have in me. If you go out without a plan, just randomly scrolling and strolling around, just buying whatever you like and whatever just, you know, falls into your hands, you will end up with a wardrobe that is completely random, completely patchworked, and full with items that do not work with each other. So if you are one of those people, you might have, you know, a lot of these mornings where you think my wardrobe is full, but I do have nothing to wear. So when I go shopping these days, I try to be more strategic. I really, with every item that I hold in my hand, I ask myself, in how many ways can I style this? How does this fit into the rest of my wardrobe? Also, is this easy to take care of? I actually made like, I think, a full video on like questions to ask before buying something. I will link it down. I will link it somewhere here as well. But all of these questions really help me to be a little bit more strategic and smart, and to make purchases that actually work for my wardrobe, and that even if these pieces actually provide something new to my wardrobe, it still goes with my overall aesthetic. And I very, very rarely have those moments now where I, you know, sit in front of my wardrobe and I think I don't know what to wear. 99% of my days I actually know very well what to wear, and I end up actually looking good and put together. And last but not least, my favorite point is you go for quantity instead of quality. And this is the perfect point to just wrap up this whole video and to basically wrap up all the points really that I talked about today, because if you are choosing low quality, trendy, cheap items that are not made well, that do not sit well, that don't do anything for you, you know, that are not as flattering, you will spend all of your money for things that are made to only last for a month. So you feel like you get more value for your money, but you actually don't. You actually don't get any value for the money. That still, when it adds up, can have the same price tag or the same sum of money as if you just got, let's say, a handful of timeless high quality, beautiful items that sit well, you know, at all the right places, that do something for your figure, for your body type, that are something that you actually appreciate and that you actually value, and that every time when you dress and when you wear them actually make you feel good. You know what I mean? The value, even if it's the same price between quantity and quality, is very much different, even though it may have the same price tag if you sum it up. So if there would be just one point to take away from this video, I think this would be it. Just question how you want to spend your money and on what you want to spend your money if you may be dissatisfied with your current style situation. And that is it for today's video, guys. I hope that you found it helpful. If you personally have any more tip and personal advice on that matter, please make sure to leave me a comment down below. I love to chat about those things with you, and I always try to answer every single comment, or at least react to every single comment as much as I can. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.